Good morning, friends. How's everyone doing today? I'm glad to be back. I look a little different today because I'm wearing my glasses. You don't often see me in my glasses, but you'll get used to them. Let's start out with our hello song. Ready? Sing with me. Hello, hello, how are you? You are my friends and I love you. Hello, hello, how are you? Jesus loves me, Jesus loves you. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're feeling great and your day is going to be a fabulous one. Let's sing a few more songs. Do you remember the song about the ducks that went out to play? Can you hold up 3 fingers and count them? 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 3 little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. Mama duck said quack, quack, quack. 2 little ducks came waddling back. 2 little ducks went out to play over the hills and far away. Mama duck said quack, quack, quack. 1 little duck came waddling back. 1 little duck went out to play over the hills and far away. Mama duck said quack, quack, quack. But no little ducks came waddling back. Mama duck said quack, quack, quack. And 3 little ducks came waddling back. Yay! How about I teach you a new song today? It's about 3 balls. We just counted 1, 2, 3 ducks. Now we're going to count 1, 2, 3 balls. And we're going to make our 3 balls with our hands. We're going to make a little ball, a bigger ball, and a great big ball. Can you do that with me? Here we go. A little ball, a bigger ball, a great big ball I see. Now let's count the balls we made. 1, 2, 3. That's an easy one. I bet you can do it again with me. Let's try it. A little ball, a bigger ball, a great big ball I see. Now let's count the balls we made. 1, 2, 3. Good job. It's fun to learn some new songs and finger plays. Today my story is called Caps for Sale. Caps is kind of like another name for a hat. Caps for Sale. This is one of my favorites, and I've read it to many of our classrooms, so you'll probably recognize it. Here we go. Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he was not like any ordinary peddler carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. First he had on his own checked cap, then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of brown caps and blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. He walked up and down the street, holding himself very straight so not to upset his caps. And as he walked along, he called, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." Can you say that with me? Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and he walked down the street, calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," said he, and he walked out of town, slowly, slowly, so as not to upset his caps. Look at how straight he has to balance those all on his head. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. "That's a nice place for a rest," thought he. And he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, and on the very top, the red caps. They were all there. So he went to sleep, and he slept for a long, long time. And when he woke up, he felt refreshed and rested. But before standing up, he felt his head to make sure his caps were in the right place. He felt his own cap. All he felt was his own checked cap. He looked to the right of him. No caps. He looked to the left of him. No caps. He looked in back of him. No caps. And he looked behind the tree. No caps. Then he looked up into the tree. And what do you think he saw? On every branch sat a monkey, and on every monkey was a gray or a brown or a blue or a red cap. The peddler looked at those monkeys, and the monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. "You monkeys, you," he said, shaking a finger at them. "You give me back my caps." But the monkey only shook their fingers back at him and said, "Tss, tss, 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 tss." This made the peddler very angry. So he shook both hands at them and said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook both their hands back at him and said, "Tss, tss, 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 tss." Now he felt quite angry, and he stomped his foot and said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stomped their feet back at him and said, "Can you stomp your feet and shake your fingers?" By this time, the peddler was really very, very angry, and he stopped both feet and shouted, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stopped both feet back at him and said, "Can you do that with me?" At last, he became so angry. He pulled off his own checked cap, he threw it on the ground, and he began to walk away. But then each monkey pulled off his cap. And all the gray caps and all the brown caps and all the blue caps and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. What did those monkeys do? Did they throw those caps down? So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, and the blue caps, and the red caps on the very top. See how he lined those all up? And slowly, slowly he walked back to town calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." Can you do that with me? Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. The end. That sure was a fun story. It's one of my favorites. Well, I have one activity for you that I'm going to share, and if you have a grown-up with you, this would be a great activity to do at home with some things that you have around your house. I have all of mine in a bag like this because sometimes my grandchildren come over and they like to do this activity, so it's all ready for them. I have some spaghetti noodles. And you might recognize some cereal you could use. I have Fruit Loops here, or you could use Cheerios, something with the hole in the middle, if you have them. If not, you don't even need the cereal. And then I have some old marshmallows left, probably from last summer when we made s'mores. And what we're gonna do is just make some structures. My grandson made a large Ferris wheel, and my granddaughter likes to break her noodles in half and make little animals out of them. So here we go. You can make all sorts of fun things just by putting marshmallows and Fruit Loops together. Look at that. That's fun. You can do all sorts of fun things. Try and make a house. Whatever you would like. Look at that. Isn't that fun? So just another great idea of an activity to keep the little ones busy while they're home. I hope you have a fun week. We'll talk to you later. Bye.